going to do now, we're going to look at these shots. There's going to be a little bit of a clue because obviously there's a potentially an obvious thing you're going to see. But if we look at those two there, there's not a lot of difference really in that sort of pre-impact position, okay, in terms of where your body is, where your arms are, kind of, this looks all fairly similar, shoulders kind of there, shoulders there, kind of thing. There's not a massive difference in terms of where the club is, in terms of the path into that golf ball, yeah? One of these was down the middle, 232, and one of these was 87 yards offline to the right. So a massive difference, okay? Now, if I said to you, can you see any of the differences apart from, okay, one's wearing a hat and one's not, all that kind of stuff, what would be the one thing that you might... There is, like, I think, enough of a difference in terms of what your body's physically doing that would kind of make sense in what we're trying to look at in terms of that body movement. Yeah. So you're looking basically more under there. So look at that foot.
And the foot, yeah.
And look at that foot. So this one's hanging back a little bit, not really releasing through, as I say. So when you hang back, next frame, you're catching the toe of the club, not as much rotation. Right foot then sort of comes with your right foot here now is at a similar position when the club is well after. But that, I mean, you think in terms of that's at 23.83 on the camera as opposed to here where it's 23 point, so it's
behind by like
nanosecond. I mean, it's such a small time frame from there. One there, you see a bit, again, awkward trying to twist through the ball here now and just going way to the right. This one now, as you come back to the golf ball, you're in that same position here. The club now, your right foot's up on its toe more, you're releasing through. Now the ball goes down the middle of the fairway at 232, nice and straight. So, and when you look at that position there, not a massive difference. If we sort of clear the sort of lines there now, you'll see a little bit more movement with the right foot, which is usually an indicator that you've turned more.
Yeah, you see that one all across.
He's a bit more up on his toe. He's kind of a bit angled, yeah. So there's, but it's so subtle. But you think if you showed that to somebody there and said, okay, right, barring the hat,
the confidence.
Look at the difference. Look at the difference in those two swings. I wouldn't. There's a massive difference there, and even
where the knee was pointed at the end.
Yeah,
it was a big one.
If we look at impact or just before impact here, again, without knowing what we're looking for, what would be the biggest difference? Kind of, look at the next frame kind of thing there. That's a little bit different in terms of frame, but about there. What's the difference in those two? Not a lot. Okay, if I said to you these two shots are effectively 120 yards different in direction, one's 20 yards left, one's 90 yards right, okay, 110 yards, whatever, and one goes 232 and one goes 150, you think, well, ooh, crikey, it wouldn't be so obvious, would it? But what we're getting is the
small changes are big things.
Tiny adjustments, yeah? I mean, you've hit some drives there now, a couple of those dots there, 232, 230, whatever, great drives, and that's why you're not going to feel the difference, because it's so small. But having that confidence and that feeling, you think, okay, I need to rotate and go after it fully.
By the time you get there, it's too late to do anything. Exactly, you're either confident and going, or you're...
I mean, top of the backswing, your arm position there is great. Left arm nice and high there. Really good spot there, okay, as you're coming back down. Club working back down in front, your body's starting to rotate. Everything's kind of moving from here all together as one. Your body unwinds, the hands are nicely in front. Good strike of the balls, we know, and right the way through the target. In this swing here, when you get to the top of the backswing, okay, everything starts doing there. Again, good position. You look at that there and go, you wouldn't go, oh God, this is going to go 90 yards right. You just wouldn't stand there and think that sort of way. As you come back down, body's not quite unwinding as much, a bit more kind of arms there a little bit more than the body's sort of working. Then as we come back in, the arms are trying to catch up with the body, or the body's trying to catch up with the arms, I say. And off to the right it goes, and then, by which time it's just two. You can sort of see kind of...
It's gone out of sync, and then once you say, well, if you're confident you haven't gone, like,
exactly.
You can't catch up. But
no, it's gone, exactly. And the thing is, a lot of people mask a good follow through. They kind of get themselves to, I mean, you're there, but then when you actually sort of have to get to it, okay, you have to sort of like put your foot back down. Yeah. That's what your follow through looks like compared to that one. So after the shot, there's a bigger difference, but it's kind of way after the shot's been hit and after that ball's travelled 100 and something yards, yeah? So the feeling with that setup is you're more on the right side of the club at address, yeah? So you're sort of a bit more tilted, right thumbs to the side there. Shoulder has to get back, yeah? Go against.
I think it's because my setup when I go in, I'm used to whereas if it's iron, is set it up a little bit, get your stance. I think as opposed to legs to get your stance, because I find that helps me on the lean to begin with. That's fine. Conscious thing of keep that there, otherwise I'm going here and I'm going.
Yeah, and whatever you feel comfortable in creating the position.
Because consciously,
I don't care what we do.
You can feel it. This is going.
Yeah, it's like a mind, like a magnet. What's going on? I got a twitchy arm. Yeah. Cool.
So
Okay,
just get
that makes sense. So with that,
Yeah.
sort of, there's a slight difference. The ball position is further forward.
Yeah.
You're more to the right of the golf club in terms of the grip position. So the hands are there going to be
Yeah,
slightly
it's
further
probably
forward,
just a bit more.
a little bit more on the corner. I mean, when you actually look at it, you probably moved about that much on the club.
Yeah, it's moved back.
It feels
probably
like it's
in between from where we went
exactly.
to there.
But that's why I wanted to go too far to see a shot going that way. Because your first few were going over here, over here, over here, over here. You had to see something that basically just went.
The same with the irons, to be
Yeah.
fair. And I've been consciously trying to get
Yeah,
it. It's getting
yeah.
a little bit better now, slowly
Yeah.
coming on because of that similar.
Well, and you're a better golfer, and you're more skilled at swinging a golf club of a 7-iron, 6-iron length. We've got to get to a stage where we can swing any club in the bag, and they're
Yeah.
all going to kind of do the same thing. So the ball's going to be flying down the fairway, kind of that way or that way, rather than like wee over here or over there somewhere.
It's
Yeah.
straight right. It's just literally like you just push.
Exactly. Yeah.
Push out.
Okay, mate. Makes sense.
Yep.
Good stuff. Right.